Hello Steelers, and welcome to this bench report hobby update, which should be going out on Sunday night after Partisan, but I'm recording it on Saturday night, so if I get something wrong, I apologise. I'm speaking to you from the past to the future, if that makes sense. The only reason I'm doing it now on Saturday is because I won't have time tomorrow on Sunday to put one of these together, so I'm going to just do it now and just talk about what I've done, because tomorrow is going to be completely taken up with Partisan. And I'll just say, if I have seen you at Partisan, then hello. Nice to have met you. I'll be down there with the Rotherham and Sheffield Wargames Club. Paul is running Strength and Honour, and Dex is going to be running a game of AK-47 by Peter Pig. So check those out if you, I was going to say if you are at Partisan, by the time this has come out you'll have already been to Partisan, so hopefully you did check them out and you did see them. Anyway, that confusion over. This week has been pretty quiet actually, because I've just been doing other things besides hobby stuff, but I've been working on a few bits and pieces. The main thing was, these have been sat on the table for such a long time now, for at least about a month I think, undercoated and going nowhere, so I thought I'll sit down, I'll knuckle down and I'll just paint these and hammer them out. And it's the 15mm Refugees and Nuns with Guns from Peter Pig. These are going to be used, these are useful in probably pretty much any game really, just useful as civilian figures kicking about, and also for refugees as part of the 1940 Blitzkrieg book as well, and the rules in there of shabby Nazi tricks and things. So I'm glad I finished those off. Nice and colourful. I don't really like painting civilians because they're always different colours, and I prefer just painting, block painting uniforms and just getting them done. But I did them, I got them done, and they are done and off. And as I say, that's pretty much all I've painted. However, I am currently painting a couple of other bits and pieces, and one of them is this, another Patrick Miniatures model kit. This is, I started this actually on Tuesday during the Ask Me Anything, but I didn't really get much done then, so I've kind of been pecking away at it since then. I kind of just block colour it at the moment, so it's this, and also this barn as well, generic barn. This came from Tabletop Studios. I'll talk a bit more about those in a second when I get to the post stuff. So I've just started work on this as well. That is a work in progress, both of these are. And also I've just got this little greenhouse as well I just wanted to just do quickly and get that done. They're all being done for Terraintober, which we've got over on Twitter. It's the annual terrain challenge. Get over onto Twitter, just check hashtag Terraintober, all one word, and you'll see some of the entrants, not only from this year but all from last year as well. Basically the idea is paint some terrain by the end of October. I'll collect up the finished pictures and I will put them together into a video like I did last year. This time I'm not going to do the work in progress pictures. If it's not finished by the end of October, it's not going in the video. Simply because there was about 700 pictures that I had to pick through last time, and it just got so long and laborious. So I'm not doing it, but I will do a highlight of everybody's finished stuff. So you've got to finish it to get in the video. That's the rules right now. Other than that, the post has been relatively quiet. I did get the Scarlet Keys new players for Arkham Horror. That came through the post. That's just been released. This is the characters box set, not the actual scenario box set yet. That's still yet to be released. So, and I've really not had a chance to sit down and look at that. That only appeared just the other day. I've been so busy doing other things as well anyway. So that was just a thing that's turned up, and I've basically just opened it and had a look, and that's been it. But I also, earlier in the week as well, I did a big order with Peter Pig and also War Bases. I got a load of 15mm diameter MDF bases from Warlord, because I mount individual 15mm figures on those, and from Peter Pig as well. This is the order I got from Peter Pig. It is quite a large amount of First World War 15mm figures. I just got a big selection of their stuff. I've already got loads of Peter Pig 15mm stuff, but not so many in individually based. And the reason for this is because I was playing, I had a game of Through the Mud and the Blood last weekend and reminded myself of how much a good game it is basically, and I'd like to do some bigger games of it as well with a couple of platoons in there. So I thought just add a few more figures in. It's also just makes it a bit easier for sorting out the platoons I've got and things, filling in spaces here and there. So that's why I got those. I'm going to be working on those over the next few weeks. Possibly I'll come back to that because I am going to be busy over the next few weeks anyway. The other thing I got as well is the Normandy Terrain, 6 kilograms of Normandy Terrain. This came from Adam over at Tabletop Studios in Sweden. I've actually been waiting a couple of weeks for this because it was stuck in customs for a while. Finally managed to get it out of there, but it has arrived, and I did a review video of it. So I'm not going to talk too much about that because I've already got the review video, and I will put a link either in the description or it should appear somewhere up here as well in the video, so you can click on that and see just what he sent, and it is mad. I'm slightly overwhelmed by how much he sent, and also just how I'm actually going to tackle it in any meaningful way. But I will, and I've been talking about some collaborations as well at some point in the future, so something else to keep an eye out for, and I'm certainly sure I'll be reviewing some more of his stuff at some point in the future. But again, massive thank you to you, Adam, for sending that stuff out. Really appreciate it, and I will do my best to work my way through it. Like I said, the problem is at the moment with, even though it's Terraintober, I am unfortunately, well, not unfortunately for me, but I'm going to be away working for the next couple of weeks. So I'll be away next Tuesday, so I won't be doing a live stream. The Tuesday following, again, I'm heading out to Cyprus for work, so I won't be doing a live stream then either. I will try to squeeze in some more hobby reports, but don't rely on it. They may not come because after I've come back from Cyprus, my wife will be back in the UK for a couple of weeks. So again, hobby reports might be a little bit, might slow down a little bit. Video output will remain the same, I think, because I've got my schedules up, so things will be released, but you'll probably just see a little bit less in general of bonus videos and things. So just be aware of that over the next few weeks. And that's yeah. So that's basically October, really, into November. That's kind of the schedule as it is. As I say, I'll try to put stuff out when I can, but I don't expect it. The other thing I've always mentioned is I'll be at Partisan. Well, I've been at Partisan by the time this video comes out, but I'll be going to Partisan tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I will be doing a show report of that, so that will come out again. Depending on how quick I can get it released or edited, it depends, because again I'm a bit tight with time this week. I'm going to be up and down the country until at least Thursday, so it may not even appear until Friday, but I will try to get it out before then if I can. And also, just in other hobby news, at the club this week, Dex and I managed to finally finish our first game, well, start our first game of the 29 Let's Go campaign, the pint-sized, not Plastic Soldier Company, pint-sized campaigns from Two Fat Lardies. I think, if I'm correct, it was the first one that they published, and they are like, they're pennies basically. They're about £4 or £5. They're the price. Richard sells them at the price of a pint at his local pub, which is brilliant for the amount of work that's gone into them as well. It's fantastic. Really good background history. This was fantastic. It was a probe. The Dex was the Americans. I was the Germans. Dex was trying to push his way through the table, through my defences, and get a unit off the other end of it. I, on the other hand, was holding the line. I also had my support elements were Pack 40. I also had a sniper and a couple of minefields as well. I think I probably put the minefields in the wrong place. I should have probably just completely blocked off one of his flanks just to force him to come down one way. But also there was a couple of 88s that were off table in this particular scenario, and you can fire them when you use a chain of command dice, and you start with 2 as the Germans. However, he dashed out into the open, so I used up my chain of command dice to interrupt him and shoot him. You know, always interrupting an enemy when he's making a mistake, as they say, or they don't say. But he then, because the Americans had so much firepower, he'd put 2 BARs into each of his sections. He had 2 Shermans. He just absolutely overwhelmed me, and I was taking too many hits. The problem with my position from a defensive position is that you can I don't get any reinforcements in the campaign until the 3rd turn, I believe. I think it's, and then I get a fresh platoon. So every hit that I was taking was going to be sapping my strength for the next scenario. Whereas he, in the next scenario, gets a fresh platoon as well. All he's got to worry about is his commanding officer's opinion of him. Whereas mine is you know, dead men are dead men, and I can't replace them. So I had 2 sections, and both of them actually broke from the amount of casualties of shock he was putting on them. That said, my sniper team were really good, and they were really laying down a fire, and they didn't get spotted at all. I think they only missed once in the entire game that they fired, and they were causing shock and death as well. So that was good. And for the price, I'm definitely going to be going back and taking a sniper squad. The reason I took snipers is because in the game at Ebor Lard that I played, as the Marines with Terry, we were held up by a sniper, a Japanese sniper, on the other side of the table. So I just thought, yeah, for the price, it is a fantastic bit of kit. Basically, get that on the table. But yeah, we both said, and even afterwards, we were both talking about it on Messenger, myself and Dex, just how much we enjoyed it. I mean, I've played bite-sized campaigns before, but I played them solo, and playing it with somebody, whilst whilst they're thinking about their support options and what they're going to do, really ups the game, and it makes playing the game a lot different, just because of the decisions you're making, because you know you have to fall back, you know, at some point, just because you might be winning on points somewhere, but if you're taking too many casualties like I was, then you've just got to fall back. In hindsight, I probably should have deployed the pack and just taken out at least one of his Shermans. I had killed, I think, at least one of his junior leaders and broken a squad. So his force morale was down to 6, but I'd also lost 2 junior leaders as well by that point. So, like I say, I was getting quite hammered. I think I ended up losing about 12 men, so about 6 are going to come back, I think, in the next game. But yeah, great game. Looking forward to the next one, and we said we'll play again on Thursday with the next scenario. So tune in to see how that goes when I do the next bench report. Okay, I think I will leave it at that. Just to say, obviously, go and check out the Facebook page and the Facebook group as well for Storm Steel. You'll need permission to join the group, but just join, ask permission, and as soon as I see if you've got friends in there, they can also allow you into the group as well. And also just check me out on Twitter as well, and all the usual places. If you want to help the channel out, check out the Patreon. You'll get early access to ad-free to videos, and you will also as a channel member, you do the same as well. So just check those out. There's stuff in the description. It all helps the channel out. And if you haven't, do like and subscribe, because most people who watch these videos aren't subscribed, so please do. Help me get up to 9k subscribers. Alright, like I say, me and Tiny will leave it there. Tiny will say goodbye, and I will also say goodbye to you, and we'll see you in the next one.